Greetings, my fellow Force users, Jedi and Sith alike. My name is Matthew, aka Jedi Master Cyborg, spelled with S-I, not C-Y. Today is August 21st, and it is currently 11:21 in the a.m. In this video, I'd like to share with you, because you're here to build this. A lightsaber. The lightsaber has been wielded by many of the Galaxy's greatest heroes, including, but not limited to, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master Dooku, Jedi Master Mace Windu, and of course, Jedi Master Yoda. Now, the lightsaber has also been wielded by the galaxy's greatest villains, including but not limited to Asajj Ventress, Darth Vader, Darth Bane, Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious. Lightsaber is the weapon of both villain and hero. So now, when I was in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland in California, I built another lightsaber. This lightsaber that I just showed you is the Protection and Defense lightsaber Generation 1. I built this. This was my first build because, as Master Yoda once wisely said, a Jedi uses the Force for protection and for knowledge and defense, never for attack. So that was why that was my first build, first pick. And here you will find the pieces of the Generation 2 lightsaber. And here is the kind of skeleton piece, I like to call it, where all the pieces fit onto. Now you will notice, looking at these pieces, that there is one piece that is missing. The most important piece, the kyber crystal. I would like you all to guess which kyber crystal I chose for my lightsaber build here. You have blue and red, green and purple. Those are the four choices. You have a 25% chance. I will give you 10 seconds. Leave your answer in the comments below. Okay, time's up. There have been enough clues, if you had been paying attention, that I could probably narrow it down. First off, you know that I'm a Jedi, so that would probably eliminate the color red. So that gives you blue, green, or purple. And you notice that I've mentioned a few masters and a few greatest heroes of the Star Wars galaxy. And I've mentioned Master Yoda a few times, and Qui-Gon Jinn, so you will notice that hopefully have guessed that the kyber crystal that I chose was green. Now, before I get into the build, I would like to test two things. I've already tested one, your guess on which kyber crystal I chose, and then I also wanted to try to decide which generation kyber crystal is this. As you know, this past May the 4th, they came out with new kyber crystals, and I've done 2 videos on those, sharing those. There's 17 new crystals in total, and they have 2 more green ones out. So I wanted to know, is this one of the Generation 1 kyber crystals, or is this one of the Generation 2 kyber crystals. So I wanted to find that out before I actually start building. I have the Generation 2 Jedi Holocron here. Now, if you put a Generation 2 kyber crystal into a Generation 2 Holocron, you're going to get a Generation 2 voice character. But if you put a Generation 1 kyber crystal inside of a Generation 2 Holocron, you're going to get the old voice of the Generation 1. So, let's see what it is. So, we turned it on. Let's find the door. There it is. Slip the crystal inside.
I am a manifestation of the Force. A force that consists of two parts. Living beings generate the living force, which in turn powers the wellspring that is the cosmic force.
So that's Qui-Gon Jinn. So, the 4 kyber crystals that they offered you in Savi's workshop are still the Generation 1 kyber crystals. And so the Generation 2 kyber crystals are just the ones that you're going to buy, and dock on doors. So, let's start building, shall we? I'll put the crystal to the side. Now, we'll first start with here. This is the battery pack. And there are other videos here on YouTube about how to change the actual batteries inside. It operates on 3 AAA batteries. And as you'll notice, there are several screws around here. And so, which of these screws do you unscrew to operate to access the battery pack? Not these on top. You see gray here on top. This is the top of the battery pack. These screws leave alone. Do not touch. It's this screw right here on the side. That one right there. Right here. That's the one that you want to unscrew. Just a moment. I find the screwdriver that I use. Okay. You can find this screwdriver at Home Depot. This is very small. It is a Phillips head, but it's very small. You can find these at Home Depot. So, that's the one that I use. You're going to unscrew that screw on the bottom there. You don't have to unscrew it all the way, just enough to loosen the top black portion here. And you'll pull it off. That will give you access to the batteries inside. You change them out, and you slip this back on. Slip the top portion back on. Screw it tight, and there you go. Now, if you unscrew that screw right there, if you do unscrew it all the way and it comes out, that's not a big problem. Just be careful. Don't lose it. So here we go. We're gonna start building here. We'll take our skeleton. Just everything that everything goes on. Okay, and then we'll slip this down here. You'll notice that there is a red arrow right here inside the skeleton lightsaber, and there is a red arrow here on the battery pack. So you match those up, and you slip it down in there, and then you twist to the right to secure it in place. Okay, now we take the crystal, slip it inside into the middle portion. Here, I'll show you that middle portion there. Screen's going dark, excuse me. Yeah, this one in Generation 2, I think it requires a bit more muscle to get that into its spot. But once you hear that ring, and then the light that's shining through the kyber crystal there, you know that the crystal has activated and has bonded with the skeleton of your lightsaber. Now you're going to start with the sleeves. So these are the 2 sleeves that I chose. You would know, if you've seen a video like this before, you would know that there are 4 sleeves, and you get to choose 2. The other 2 you do not get to keep. So we slide on. The bronze, you have the bronze ring on one side. That's the one that goes up first. And you just screw to the right. Oh, wait a second. You know what? You actually need to start with the activation plates. That's my bad. These are the first pieces. I'm sorry. These activation plates here. This is the first piece. You have to put these on first. That's my fault. So inside the pieces, you will see a red square. On the skeleton, you'll find a red square. And you just match those up. Snaps into place. On the other activation plate, you'll see a blue. Let's see. Blue square. Let's see. Trying to find it. There it is. There it is. I don't know if you see it on the camera. There you go. Blue square. There's a blue square. And you just match it up. On the other side, we'll have a blue square. And you just match that up. And those snap into place. That's your first piece that needs to go on. The activation plates. Okay, now we do the sleeves. So we choose the sleeves. As I was saying earlier, the bronze ring goes first. Then you screw that to the right. Screw it tightly into place. Something that's different with these Generation 2 lightsabers is that the pieces all tend to line up a bit better there. As you can see, the gold line right there, matches up with this activation switch. Now we'll take the other sleeve here. Again, the bronze ring. Slip that on. Screw down tight. And again, you'll see that the middle of the cross, matches perfectly with the activation switch. Then we take the pommel, turn this upside down. This is the bottom portion of the battery pack. Take the pommel, just going to screw that down into place. These pieces take a lot more screwing than I remember on the first generation lightsabers. Screw that down into place. Then we take the emitter section, screw that down into place. And there you have it. There is the Generation 2 Protection and Defense lightsaber. Very cool. I love this lightsaber. Let's slowly put them together for a second here. So we have the Generation 1, the Generation 2 in the first position here. I'm going to rotate it up so you can see this little symbol here. That is actually the symbol of the pen that they give you. So here's the pen, the limited edition pin that you get. You wear this, when you go into Savi's workshop, and the gatherers will know which saber you're there to build. And so you will see that the symbol on the lightsaber is the same symbol. So this is the Generation 2. This is the Generation 1. Side-by-side comparison. Let's see if I can do this. Move the camera up, back up. So you can automatically see, well, actually it's because of the pieces that I chose, but the Generation 2 is a lot bigger. It's like a whole emitter section more longer than the Generation 1. Now that is because of the pieces that I chose. As you can see, these have kind of this pommel. They have the 2 points here on the side, plus this ring. Well, okay, now the ring goes down that way, so maybe that will another comparison. So that was it. It was standing on top of that ring. So it's not. It's still bigger, but not quite. It's probably just this that gives it the fraction of a height. Actually, now that comparing them, you can see that the activation switches, switch this, you have the teardrop here on the old one, and here you have, what's the, no, it's a symbol. I'm not exactly sure what kind of symbol that is. So the 2 activation plates you actually can see are a little bit different in size. This is smaller. This one is bigger. Also, the activation plates themselves. It's smaller here on the Generation 1 than it is on the Generation 2, and that probably holds true with the pieces. The sleeves themselves are probably different in size, as well as the emitter and pommel pieces. Looking at them, I can tell that these are a little bit, the Generation 1 are a little bit cruder, I would say. You can see that it's got a lot of, it's kind of bubbly metal. It's got a lot of defects in the metal. You could probably see a little bit there in the camera how it looks kind of bubbly going through the metal there. And here in the Generation 2, it's a lot more smoother. There are really no blemishes or defects at all in the metal. It's very smooth, very elegant. So yeah, those are the 2 protection defense lightsabers side by side. I love the Generation 2 lightsaber. It is very cool. Protection and defense. I'll be glad to I got this one and added it to my lightsaber collection. So moving the saber to a side, one more thing to show you. Alright, well, a couple of more things actually. First, let's start off with, just like every other lightsaber that you do at Savi's workshop, they give you a case to carry around in, because in the midst of Star Wars Galaxies Edge, are the First Order, and you can't just walk around with the lightsaber displayed. So you have to be careful, or else you'll get arrested. Now inside the case, I have the actual blade. Let me turn off my lamps here. There we go. And we'll slip this in here and see how it looks. It looks pretty much the same. It looks really cool on the camera. Wow, it looks really neat. I kind of do wish that the blade was a little bit thicker, because here this emitter section, there's a lot of space in between the blade and this kind of design in the emitter. So I wish the blade was a little bit thicker, but otherwise it's very cool. Very, very, very cool. Very cool. Okay. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to share with you was I got this from. I've got this from SD.com. This is a display piece, a desktop display piece for your lightsaber, a stand. So I got this for my desk, and you can order different symbols. I originally thought this was a place for the pin to go, but these are our medallions, so you can get. Oh, it comes off. Ah. Yes, it comes off. So you can get a different medallion. You can order different medallions, or you can, order one for whichever lightsaber that you built. And it goes right back in there. Huh. I didn't know that it did that. It came with this medallion, Star Wars. Oops, that's upside down. Star Wars. But this doesn't have a bottom piece. So you see a bottom piece here that fits down into the display, but this one doesn't have one, so I don't know, that wouldn't fit in there. So put that down, lower the camera a little bit so you can see, and then we'll take the blade out. There we go. And then we'll put this down into the display. Try to line up the two symbols there. Very cool. Very cool. So there you have it. That's the new lightsaber that I purchased when I was at Star Wars Galaxies Edge in Savi's workshop. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you could please leave a like and a comment down below. Especially, you should have already done one comment by now, which kyber crystal that I chose. One thing I'd like to tell you, in case you haven't wasn't aware of this, is that when you have it just on display and you're not using it, it's great. It's a good idea to remove the power pack when you're not using it, because with the power pack and a kyber crystal in there, the blade is activated. So if you leave it like this, let's say for a couple of weeks, and then you'll come back and your blade, you insert your blade, it won't light up because the battery pack is dead. It's still been active with the kyber crystal in there. So you either want to remove the crystal and leave the battery pack, or remove the battery pack and leave the crystal inside. That's just something that I found out with all my other Savi's workshop builds. I built all the original ones, and I built 2 of the Generation 2. So during my trip, I had intended possibly to build the remaining 3. This one plus the other 2, but excuse me, I beg your pardon. But as you know, the price for these sabers has gone up, and we had 5 days. So one day we went to California Adventure. One day we were going to Disneyland Park, which is where Savi's workshop is located. And so, since it was my first time to Disneyland, I just wanted to do things I hadn't done before. Walt Disney World, that's where I built Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. That's where I built the first 4 lightsabers, and so first 5. Now that I correct myself, I built the 4 original ones there, and then I built the 1 new Generation 2 lightsaber there. So this is the first one that I built from Disneyland, and that's kind of very cool. I got this in the mail yesterday. I had to ship this home because this is Kentucky, and so I had to ship this home from Anaheim, California. It just got it. I received it yesterday afternoon. I got home. It was such a nice day yesterday in Kentucky that I took my dog to the park to walk around, have some fun, and it was such a nice day yesterday. And so by the time I got home, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Kentucky time, it had been delivered. I don't know exactly when it was delivered, but so say the 7th, I think, of August to yesterday, which was the 20th. It took a while because we got home. We left California and got home on the 10th, so it did take a while to get here, but there was really no rush. Anyway, I think that's enough information that you need from me. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, again, please leave a like. You can comment down below on anything else, any questions or comments. And if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel. I don't really have a theme for my channel. I love Star Wars, the original Star Wars. I do have to say I am a George Lucas fan of Star Wars, the original and the prequels. I do not much care for the sequels, and I do not much care for a lot of the shows that have come out recently on Disney Plus. I don't have a Disney Plus subscription anymore. I canceled it months ago. It was before the Ahsoka series, which actually I was kind of debating because I wanted to watch that series because Ahsoka is one of my favorite. Is she a Jedi or not? But Force users anyway. She's one of my favorite characters. But I got so bummed out with the Kenobi series that I was just like, really. I just didn't want to subject myself to anything more like that. So, again, I keep finding things to ramble about, so I really am going to say goodbye this time. So, again, one more time, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. May the Force be with you. Have a good day.